अस्सलाम वालेकुम एंड वेलकम टू पीजे मीज़ ऑफिशियल यूट्यूब चैनल। आज पहले तो मैं आपको एक छोटा सा इंट्रो देता हूँ कि पाकिस्तान और हिंदुस्तान के दरमियान जब रिलेशंस अच्छे थे तो एक मैच किया गया जो कि हमने ऑर्गेनाइज़ कराया लंदन में। एक मैच खेला गया था क्रिस्टल पैलेस पे और एक मैच खेला गया था ऑटसोल स्टेडियम ब्रैडफोर्ड में। अब क्रिस्टल पैलेस फुटबॉल ग्राउंड है तो उसके अंदर हमने ये मैच ऑर्गेनाइज़ कराया। टर्फ लगवाई, बड़े बड़े लोगों को हमने इन्वॉल्व किया। डेरेक अंडरवुड उसने टर्फ लगा के दिए, एस्ट्रो टर्फ, और वहाँ हमने मैच खेला जिसमें इंडिया और पाकिस्तान की टीम्स थी। मैं क्रेडिट देता हूँ, उस वक्त भी दिया मैंने, आज भी देता हूँ सुनील गवास्कर को कि जो पुराने इंडिया के कैप्टन, और उनका जो रोल रहा है इस मैच को हैपन करने में, तो मैं समझता हूँ इट इज़ आउटस्टैंडिंग। हमारी तरफ से इमरान खान उस वक्त कैंसर अपील के हम बड़े लगे हुए थे कि भाई पैसे इकट्ठे करने हैं, क्योंकि एक वक्त आता है कि जब आप बहाई पे जाते हैं फिर नीचे चले जाते हैं। तो हमने ये डिसाइड किया कि इंडिया और पाकिस्तान का मैच होना चाहिए। तो ये मैच जब हुआ तो इससे पहले बड़ा काम हुआ जिसमें हमने फ़ंड रेजिंग की, और मैं कहता हूँ क्या क्या नहीं किया। तो ये मैच खेला गया था क्रिस्टल पैलेस पे, जहाँ मैं अभी दिखाता हूँ कि वहाँ आई वॉज इन द ग्राउंड, मैं आई वॉज इंट्रोड्यूसिंग द गेम। तो इमरान और सुनील गवास्कर दोनों खड़े हैं, तो इनसे पूछा भाई ये मैच क्या होगा। बड़ा अच्छा मैच था, एंड में ज़रा ख़राब हो जाता है बिकॉज़ हमारे फैंस जो थे कुछ मैं बड़े ऑनेस्टली कहूँगा बड़ी बदतमीज़ी पे आए थे, और दे वर नॉट रिस्पॉन्सिबल पीपल। तो एंड में मैं नहीं बताऊँगा क्या हुआ, बट जब मैच ख़त्म होता है फिर मैं आपको बताता हूँ। ये देखिए ये मैच शुरू किस तरह हुआ है। यहाँ बाय द वे नुसरत फ़तेह अली भी आया हुआ, बड़े बड़े सेलिब्रिटीज़ यहाँ आए थे मैच देखने के लिए, बोथ फ्रॉम इंडिया एंड फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान। तो ये देखिए ये किस तरह शुरू होता है।
Welcome to Crystal Palace in the first of the two one-day night internationals played between Pakistan 11 and an Air India Indian 11. The weather, it's very good here, and the wicket right underneath me, well, I won't make any comments because I don't think, as Jeffrey Burkott puts it, the key can go in. But I have, however, the former Indian Test captain, Sunil Gavaskar, and the former Pakistan Test captain, Imran Khan, for whom these two games are being played for his cancer appeal, about to toss up. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
So, you want to toss up there?
Yes, certainly, why not? Heads. Well, as always, he's bloody well won the toss.
Do you want to say a few words?
Well, I've lost the toss again, and Imran's always not only beaten me while I'm batting, but he's beaten me spin of the coin as well.
Yes, PJ, I'm glad we won the toss. Are you playing, Sunny? Because I'm not playing. I don't want to make this match non-serious. But our team is going to bat first.
Imran, before I let you guys go out there, can you tell us a little bit more about your cancer project?
Well, this match is really in aid of the cancer hospital, which we were scheduled to open in December, but because of certain political problems in Pakistan, we've postponed the opening to March now. And so whatever proceeds of the day will go towards the cancer hospital.
Now, Sunil, you have brought all your boys all over from India for this generous appeal. What do you have to say on that?
Well, this is a great cause, and as I've said before, this disease does not understand any color or creed or class. It affects anybody. And if Imran is doing something to help alleviate the sufferings of the people in Pakistan, we as Indians who are neighbors of Pakistan are only too happy to come and contribute. Also, it's a way of expressing our regards for Imran and his contribution to cricket, not just to Pakistan's cricket, but to world cricket.
And how do you see the game being played tonight?
Well, like most Pakistan and Indian games, they'll be competitive, but in a healthy sort of way. It won't be acrimonious. It'll be sort of well fought, but in a friendly manner.
Yes, I think India-Pakistan games are never frivolous. They're always played seriously. But considering that we're playing on artificial wicket, I can understand if the bowlers don't go flat out, because there's a possibility that they might not be able to grip the turf. And so we might not perhaps find too many bounces, but I'm pretty certain there won't be any slackening of any effort on the part of both the teams.
Now, before I let you go again, you being one of the finest batsmen in the world are next to one of the finest all-rounders in the world. Did you ever used to get any kind of problems when he used to bowl at you?
Well, problems were always there. It was your job to try and negotiate the problems. But I suppose at the end of the day, we've come out about evens.
And did you like to give him problems?
Well, we realized that unless we gave him problems, our team had problems. Because if Sunny stayed, it wasn't a sort of batsman who would, score 40s or 50s. You knew that once he crossed maybe 30s, you were in for a lot of hard grind. So therefore, our team strategy was always to get him out.
Now, talking of team strategy, what kind of boys have you got here today?
It's a very good one-day team. I mean, I think Waqar possibly is not that fit and he might miss the game, but we've got a full Pakistan team with one or two younger members of the team like Ahmed Nazir, who's going to be playing. Very promising cricketers. So it'll be an exciting day's play.
Sunil, have you brought any hidden surprises?
Well, I think there's Srinath, who's playing for the first time in England. He hasn't been to England before. I think he'll probably relish bowling on this wicket. And then there's Vinod Kamble, who hasn't as well played in England. So these are the two boys that the spectators over here would love to see.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for your views. So over to you, Henry, here.
PJ, thank you very much. It seems a crime, doesn't it, really? I say good evening to viewers everywhere. It seems a bit of a crime that two such wonderful entertainers as Imran Khan and Sunil Gavaskar should be allowed to hang up their boots. I think we should all subscribe so that they come out there and play at the Odds Stadium in Bradford tomorrow. But I dare say if they did play, there would be a great number of creaking limbs and the St John's ambulance people would be on all the time binding them up. Well, I have with me, as you hear, two even older citizens, two wonderful cricketers, and I dare say if you played, Farooq, we'd have to bind you up. There's rather a lot of you to bind up these days.
Well, I play a lot of cricket these days.
You do?
A lot of golf, a lot of tennis. You wouldn't think so looking at me, but...
Well, no, quite honestly you wouldn't. But Asif, on the other hand, always looks as though he'd go through the eye of a needle. I don't know how you manage to keep so fit.
I promise you, Henry, Rookie is much fitter than I am, because I think I'm only to look at, whereas he is active, he plays all sports. And I think people get deceived by my appearance. I don't think I'm fit enough to play.
At least Asif modest to a fault always. We are. Pakistan 11 won the toss and elected to bat. The appeal there, Srinath wants a wicket and they've got a leg by. Well, that skidded through, didn't it, a little bit? Is that a characteristic of this sort of surface, Asif?
Yes, it is. I think you'll notice that as the match progresses, this wicket is going to produce the nearest possible to the natural turf. And the batsman will have a very good bounce and pace with which they'll be able to play strokes.
Now it's Srinath to Basid Ali. Well, even in a 30-over match, you can afford to leave the odd ball alone. With 30 overs, you've obviously got to get going probably before you're ready. But I dare say the opening batsman can afford 3 or 4 overs just to have a bit of a look. Oh, what a magnificent blow! That's over the top, into the crowd, 6 runs. My goodness me, he saw that early, hit it over mid-wicket.
What a magnificent shot that was.
Srinath. And he's gone. Basid Ali is out, caught behind. He was trying to run that down to third man, and that is one of the ways batsmen are always likely to get out in one-day cricket.
Well,
who they're supporting. So 14 for 1.
There it is. I think we'll see the bounce and Basid opening the face of the bat, trying to run it down through the vacant area of the slips.
Prabhakar to Rameez. Oh, that was a brilliant stop. Oh, he's bowled him. He's bowled him. Rameez playing inside the line. He's gone. Bowled by Prabhakar for 10, and it's 30 for 2. India and Pakistan always play each other for real.
Indeed.
Well, Salim Malik is really chancing his arm outside the off stump.
Yeah, plus, if I may mention, they were having a few balls. The umpire has been very strict giving wides. The ball has been even slightly outside the leg stump. But there have been certain balls in the previous overs, they've been wide outside off stump, and the umpire has been very lenient towards the bowler. I'm glad he pointed a wide this time.
That must be a wide, it is. Oh dear, Srinath's playing it all over the place. I suppose, Farooq, one could say that balls out wide of the off stump are easier to hit than balls wide of the leg stump.
Well, that should be the case, really. Depends if you're an offside player or an onside player, basically. But I would have much preferred to hit the balls outside the leg stump than outside the off stump. It's very, very individual there.
Is that another wide? No, the umpire thought about it, but decided against. He might have felt the over would never finish.
But look at the keeper. He's been moving his feet and getting to the pitch of the ball, which is wonderful to see. An average wicket keeper or an England wicket keeper these days dives for almost everything.
He reminds me of a youthful engineer.
Well,
Oh, I say, take that. The deep cover is out there. Is that Sachin Tendulkar out there? I think it is.
Yes, that's Sachin there. Ball instead of just diving, which is wonderful to watch.
It's a good attempt at a Yorker, and Salim Malik could just only push it out, dig it out on the offside. And I must say, this is becoming a really gripping game of cricket. We're in the 8th over, 33 for 2 is the score. Pakistan batting, for they won the toss. And it's Manoj Prabhakar to Salim Malik. It's uppish, but it's wide of the bowler, but bit of misfielding. But just the single. Rashid Patil, the left-hander there, who let the ball through him, but recovered very quickly and only gave away a single.
Well, the Pakistan have lost 2 wickets. They're not afraid to hit the ball. They know it's a 30-over game. And wonderful spirit there.
Ah, the best earrings of the evening. Aren't they lovely, those gold dangles? Yorker, that was a fine delivery. Inzamam ul Haq is out, bowled by Prabhakar for a duck.
But Inzamam very disappointed indeed. There's Prabhakar using the crease very intelligently, coming wide of the crease and angling the ball right in. A magnificent delivery, just clips the stumps. And of course a great loss for Pakistan indeed, as one of the main batsmen, Inzamam. Wonderful action, Manoj Prabhakar. There he is. I think Inzamam was a bit late on it, Blows.
Oh, certainly, but I think you can't really say that Inzamam batted much better in his second innings than he did in his first, because we all thought he was caught behind off his very first ball of Prabhakar, so maybe justice has been done. Indeed. 34 for 3. Yes, 135 I just thought was a score you could defend, probably. Mohammad Azharuddin fielding there. Oh, it is. It's a thrilling evening. I love these night games. There wasn't much day about this one. It began at 7:30, but it's really a marvellous spectacle. Here's Prabhakar. Oh, and Salim Malik is gone. He's out. That was very well caught there by Dighe, the wicketkeeper. It was low in front of him. He had to reach for it. Salim Malik has gone. Prabhakar finding some movement off the seam, and Pakistan 37 for 4.
My word, another major blow for Pakistan as Salim Malik, one of the main batsmen, again out by an exceedingly fine delivery by Prabhakar. Yes, Prabhakar once again angling his ball. This ball absolutely leaves him. This was a wonderful delivery. It came in and then left him. Great. I mean, you know, I can't see many batsmen in the world who have played that ball. It was virtual leg break. Pitched it off stump and left the batsman. And an excellent catch once again by wicketkeeper Dige.
Been upheld, then Pakistan would have been really, really in trouble.
There you see again, he moves away, wide's call. He moves wide of the crease at the last moment and speared that one down the leg side. And let's watch Manoj Prabhakar as he runs up to the crease to bowl the next ball. You will see him veer to the left, not as sharply as Colin Croft as the West Indies used to do, but very noticeably all the same. There it is. Deftly turned there by Javed Srinath, the fielder.
There it is, what you were mentioning, Prabhakar going wide from the stumps and angling the ball into Javed, who was in perfect position to place that defined leg.
Well, that's a full toss, a very rare... Half stopped at mid-off.
It was a brilliant stop. It was certainly gone for 4. There's no doubt about it. And what we said earlier on about the standard of fielding has improved tremendously. He certainly saved a boundary there.
It's great work by Kamble to cut it down from 4 to 2. Well, that really wasn't a very glorious first ball. It was a free gift to the batsman, and it's gone away for 4.
And that's exactly what the Pakistani team needs. A couple of good hits which are going to produce 4 runs or so that the stranglehold that the Indians have got over the Pakistani batsmen, that they can break out of it and get some respectability to the Pakistani score.
Oh, it's another lovely fluent stroke by Asif Mushtaba, but straight to the fielder at long off, so just the single. And there we see Imran Khan again, looking, well, he looks, doesn't he, so well, so fit, he should be out there playing, really. And I think, Asif, that may account for the fact that there seems to be a slight stutter at the start of his run. He wants a longer run to be able to balance himself better.
Absolutely, I think that's what's happening, because the way he starts, he comes very fluently, but the moment he comes close to the stumps, he stutters, and I think that's what is causing the no ball as well.
Oh, and Asif Mushtaba played that very well. He'd like swatting a fly off the end of your nose.
Yes, I think he played magnificently. He was right behind it, and here we see again, it was a good delivery. Just, there it is, bounced, and Asif played with a dead bat and made sure that the ball didn't fly off the bat.
Javed has 13, Asif Mushtaba 12. We've got a couple of fielders on the boundary, a long off and a long on. And Javed didn't really know what to. He was a little bit pushed through a bit quicker by Raju. He wanted to come down the wicket. Then I think he had half a mind to go back and cut. But in the end, he just had to defend. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Another marvellous piece of stumping. It was a straightforward one, but Javed tried so quickly to get back, but Dige was too quick for him.
Lowers, that was absolutely brilliant. The ball pitched, the ball came under Miandat's bat. It was a quicker ball, and there we are. The keeper stays as low as possible, and the ball going through bat and pad. Very difficult stumping indeed. Took it very cleanly.
Looking at it the second time, it was harder than it seemed the first time.
Yes, indeed.
I agree.
Because it's a blind spot there. The wicketkeeper is just blinded for a second. He took it very neatly, and of course he is out, no doubt whatsoever.
It was a very good shot, but straight to the fielder. And not a very good return to Dige, who took it well, though, and he and the fielder said sorry to each other. Just the single there.
Well, one thing is certain, what they spoke between the overs, that let's have a go at Raju, because he's the only one that we can. And so far, Asif Mushtaba in the 4 balls this over, he's tried to almost hit him every ball. Let's see what Wasim has in mind.
Well, that wasn't exactly extravagant, just turning the full toss away for 1. Because, you know, if Wasim Akram really opens his shoulders, he could reach Lords or the Oval from here, I think.
Absolutely. He'd read Manchester probably from here.
That's a good-looking stroke, a lovely stroke. And it's a good piece of fielding out there, too. But there was a lovely fluency about that off-drive, the footwork, too.
Wonderful stroke there. One of the best strokes that Mushtaba has played. End of the over. There he is, Asif Mushtaba. Goes right to the pitch of the ball, head down, and a magnificent drive. Deserved 4 runs, but very well fielded, of course. But Wasim's helmet still perplexing me. I just can't understand why he's called for that helmet.
Oh, it's gone miles in the air, but this could be caught by Azharuddin. No, he's missed it. It went right through his hands.
This ball going very high in the air, and there Azharuddin positioning himself to take that catch with the lights in the background. He didn't even get a touch to it.
Oh, there we go. 6 more. My dear old thing, what a wonderful stroke.
That's exactly what the Pakistani team requires, and Wasim here stepping down. There was nothing wrong with the delivery. I think the bowler is justified in feeling grieved.
Oh, and he's gone. He's hit it straight to Azharuddin, a backward square leg, and it was going like a rocket, but the Indian captain held it, and that's an important wicket.
Yes, I mean, that is the wicket which they really wanted, and I think Azhar must be pretty pleased with that, because earlier on he has dropped him, and after being dropped, Wasim really went berserk and hit those 2 huge sixes, and here trying to swat the ball pretty firmly, but straight to Azhar, who this time made no mistake.
Well, really, if he hadn't caught that, it had gone straight through him. Look at the way it was hit. It's Ajay Jadeja, the new bowler. Is that how you pronounce him?
Ajay Jadeja, yeah, you did it very well, Blurs. He's mainly an opening batsman. I never knew he could bowl. But obviously, his captain thinks otherwise. And
well, maybe he can't, but we'll see soon.
we shall soon find out, yes. Well, that wasn't bad at all. He pitched in the block hole, and that's what's needed.
Well, it was what you might call recognisable as a ball, wasn't it?
Indeed, yes. Military medium, though.
Well, I'm not certain that if I wasn't batting, this isn't just the sort of pace I would fancy at this stage. It's a good stroke from Asif Mushtaba. He does cover drive well. If they'd gone a bit quicker, they should have got 2 there, I think.
Wonderful feeling there by Sachin Tendulkar. This ball, of course, is not great merit. He drives it beautifully.
It's 148 for 6, and I think, having lost all those early wickets, Pakistan will be well pleased to have got to around 150.
Indeed, there were about 44-4, weren't there, at one stage. And Prabhakar had Pakistan on the rack. And Raju bowled exceedingly well, I thought, for his 6 overs. Took 2 wickets and 34 runs.
Here's Kudavila to Shahid Saeed. Oh, yeah! That's out!
To have got 24 runs, he would have been out. There he is, chancing his luck a bit too far. Really giving himself a lot of room. And that is definitely out, yes.
Yes, I think in most people's language that's out. Oh, and that's going to be run out. Asif Mushtaba set off for the single. Shakil Ahmed did not respond, and the total becomes 148 for 8. Asif Mushtaba run out for an invaluable 34.
There was a slow ball from Kuruvilla that the new batsman Shakil Ahmed just on drives. He didn't even suggest a single. Mushtaba trotted off on his own and, of course, paid the price. Pakistan, after having gained all the advantage after they'd lost it initially, seem to be losing it again as they're 8 down, and of course 2 new batsmen in. about to face the last 3 balls.
Yes, Atta Rahman is the new batsman now, going to the non-striker's end, where Asif Mushtaba was run out. It's 148 for 8, 3 balls left. Kuruvilla to bowl to Shakil Ahmed. Oh, and there are runs here. It's gone over, it's 4 runs. Well, that was a good shot. He timed it very well indeed. So that's given new life to the Pakistani supporters. It's now 152 for 8 with 2 balls to go.
That was a wonderful shot from a tail-ender. Didn't half middle it. He picked the gap to a square leg. Very useful 4 runs indeed.
Oh, he's hit that hard too, but well stopped by the bowler. I say, Shakil Ahmed.
That catch almost went through Kuruvilla's hands, and he did very well to get his hands on it.
It's wonderful what you do in the art of self-defense, isn't it? This is the last ball now. And they've gone just for a single. So the innings, unless my arithmetic's all wrong, that I think is the end of proceedings for the time being. A little bit of hesitancy, yes. That is the end of the Pakistan innings. 153 for 8 is the score, which I think represents a considerable triumph, really, considering they were something like 34 for 4.
Absolutely, tremendous recovery by Pakistan. 153 is just over 5 runs and over. And in a 30-over match, with Wasim Akram sharing the new ball. For Pakistan's sake, I wish Waqar Yunus was here too today. They will certainly miss him sorely. But indeed, this is the fighting score, 153. And going of a very, very fine game indeed.
Pakistan having made 153 for 8. PJ Mayer has with him Imran Khan.
Thank you, Henry. Well, Imran, what do you think, first of all, about the crowd? Very well behaved this year, haven't they?
Yes, I think it's they realized after last year that if they cause disturbances, then the crowd suffers. So today we've seen excellent behavior from the crowd, and I hope they maintain it. I hope that in the second half things don't get too bad.
Thanks. Now, the 2 warriors. First of all, Azharuddin, what did you think of the Pakistani batting?
I thought they batted well, although they lost very quick wickets in the beginning, but I think they got to a score where they've got a very good chance of winning. And you can never say, in this game, in these type of games, anything can happen. Plus the wicket plays a very important role.
You mean you're not giving up now, are you?
No. I'm just saying. You can never say it. It's just one of those things where you can always get into trouble, if you lose quick wickets,
And Wasim, what do you think of your chances now against India?
I think we had good chances because we scored. We were at one stage we were 80 for 5 down in about 20 odd overs, but after Asim Mushtaba played well. Quite a few of the players played well, and we got a good bowling attack. It's going to be a tough competition.
And it's a great thing in a way that you travelled all the way from Lancashire especially for this game.
Yeah, because it's for a good cause, and I think I can go anywhere for the good cause to play any match or anything, to do anything.
Here's Wasim Akram to Manoj Prabhakar. Oh, I say, off about 5 paces. The loping stride, look at that.
Well, what can one say? Wasim Akram, one of the leading bowlers in the world at the moment, and he can do with the ball, which as we have seen that.
And the crowd very much participating in what's going on. It is exciting, a marvellous atmosphere. Yes, I think skill and relief intermingled yet again.
Yes, and here we are watching one of the world's best bowler. And to be fair to Manoj, I think he is leaving the ball, but definitely following it.
Well, Prabhakar looking for a run, I dare say, to get down the other end as much as anything. When I asked Geoffrey Boycott the other day how he would have played Wasim Akram, he said from the other end.
I remember that, yes. In fact, he said the best place to play these 2 bowlers from Pakistan, Wasim Akram and Waqar Yunus, is from the other end. And I don't blame him either.
So, the end of the first over, a maiden and a highly testing maiden too. Oh, that's a nice stroke again. The second time Jadeja has played Atal Rahman in that area. This time he's got 2. The first time he hit the ball for 4. So, the end of the fourth over, the score is 11 for no wicket, and don't forget that India's target is 154, because Pakistan, who won the toss here tonight, made 153 for 8. If we keep on repeating, that was a rather crafty bit of footwork on the boundary there.
It was, yes. I think nicely played by Jadeja. He's a very stylish player, and he's got great fluency. But I'm sure that at the moment, both the Indian openers are looking just to survive more than anything else.
Well, Manoj Prabhakar was flirting with death, really, outside the off stump there, but luckily, from his point of view, nothing came of it.
Yes, and I think Manoj is realizing that Wasim is not giving anything away at all, and he's got an attacking field, and probably he felt that even if he gets a top edge, he might be able to get a few runs.
Well, he's off the mark, trailed that nicely, but he's running very gingerly, old Manoj Prabhakar. I don't think there was the slightest chance of him coming back for 2 there.
He's a fighter, Manoj Prabhakar. He's a fighter all the way. Batting, bowling, fielding. He takes the fight to the enemy's camp.
Pugnacious is the word. Oh, there it is. It's gone away for 4 runs that time. No, it's a 6 runs. It went right away. I thought it landed just inside the boundary, but the umpire Patil signalling a 6. Look at this again. Woof! I don't know what you would call that stroke. A good old Yahoo. Farooq, tell me, how old is Jadeja?
Jadeja seems to be a young lad, just in his early 20s, I would say.
I hoped I'd catch you out. That is the end of the over, the 7th over, 28 for no wicket.
But one thing about young Jadeja, he's the great grand-nephew of the great Ranjit Singh Ji.
Oh, Bill for catch behind, he's gone. Prabhakar has gone, he doesn't like it. He's signalling that it came off his shoulder, but the umpire's finger is up, and Shakil Ahmed took the catch, and India now 29 for 1.
Let's see. There's an attempted bouncer that Prabhakar tries to hook. And it certainly looked like it came from the gloves to me.
I thought it was the glove, yes.
Yes, indeed.
So Amir Nazir in his first over has taken a wicket. What a good one that was. Leaving the left-handed Kamble off the seam. That was a fine delivery.
It's an absolute beauty. Just look at it. The ball pitches on the off stump. It just leaves Vinod Kamble. Kamble does nothing wrong there, but just takes it bat off in time.
Well, that was a well-judged single, actually. The bowler and the fielder ending up in warm embrace.
It would have been very interesting indeed if the ball had hit the stumps, because there was no hesitation from both the batsmen. And again, I think it would have been another tester for the umpire.
But I think the sort of risk batsmen tend to have to take in limited over cricket. Oh, he's gone, he's caught there, Kamble, square leg. It was a good catch, low down, and so Vinod Kamble has gone, and India now 37 for 2 in the 10th over.
Look at this, another ball dug in. And I think he was a bit fed up just plugging the ball down. Excellent catch indeed, square leg. Wasn't exactly a hook, he just sort of angled it down. He literally offered a catch to the square leg fielder, who makes no mistake, of course.
Well, it was a good catch by Asif Mushtaba, and it seemed to drop on him a little bit at the end. as if he looks to me, I was saying earlier when Farouk was talking, that he's just got put on a little bit of sort of half a yard of extra pace than he had in the West Indies. Is that just illusory because of the night?
Maybe it is because of the wide ball, and but on the other hand, I think he has got a lot of confidence out of the West Indies tour, because don't forget, when he went there, he was just a raw fast bowler who hadn't tasted any form of first-class cricket.
And that's a wicket, is it? No, it's not. Umpire Patel shook his head, and Mandraker is staying there. Shakil Ahmed can hardly believe it. Amir Nazir can't believe it either.
Well, here we'll see Amir Nazir pitching the ball short again. And the wicketkeeper has no doubt whatsoever.
And he's gone this time, he's LBW. It was the Yorker length, well bowled, and it was through Mandraker.
Well, here we'll see the ball pitching up and hitting the back leg of Sanjay Manjrekar, and quite rightly being given leg before. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, he's gone. He nibbled at that. I think in the end he tried to take his bat away. He couldn't, and so Jadeja has gone. Caught behind for 26, and the score now, India are 57 for 4, and this is very much a game of cricket.
That's right. I think Jadeja was leaving this ball, and the bounce actually did him, because there you'll see his trying to leave and the ball just clipping his glove. And very sporting of him, he didn't even wait for the decision of the umpire, and he just walked.
Fascinating contest here.
And Junior is going to sleep.
Isn't that lovely?
It's sweet, isn't it?
Azharuddin has certainly got to play a captain's innings.
And that's gone away for 4 runs. Leg by. That was an extraordinary signal by the umpire. I think he was trying to say leg byes.
Which was very quick indeed.
Well, he lifted up his leg, he signalled 4, and I think. See if we can watch the umpire now. It really was a joy, that signal.
Well, he didn't think about it. Straight away, it was spot reaction.
Let's have a look.
There we are. My word, rather graceful there.
It is, isn't it? Oh, but a marvellous stroke. That's going away for 6 runs. That is without any doubt at all the stroke of the match so far. He hit it beautifully. 6 perfect runs.
That is a wonderful shot. Look at Sachin coming right under the ball and thumps it straight over the bowler's top. 6. Magnificent 6 runs there. Very confident shot indeed. But shoots, of course, India up to 70 for 4.
We were talking a few minutes ago about one batsman getting stuck in, and if Sachin Tendulkar stays for half an hour and does that a few times, Pakistan really have got a fight on their hands.
There's so much power in the little fella there. Everything right. Goes right under it.
Here is Shahid Saeed. Oh, he'd bowl him! He'd bowl him! And Azharuddin has gone. That was a poor stroke. He was trying to run a full-length ball down to third man and was comprehensively bowled.
My word, that was I don't know how to describe the stroke. He drags the ball onto his stumps. The ball was leaving the batsman, of course. The ball nipped back a bit. All credit to the bowler.
But he should never have been looking to run that to third man.
No way, he should have played that with a straight bat. He tried to chop a ball, a straight ball onto his stump. He tried to chop it.
He played that on off the inside edge, and so that is the wicket that Pakistan wanted, and that very clearly puts them in the strongest position. Tendulkar is out, bowled Shahid Saeed for 7, the score 72 for 6, and Pakistan now firmly in charge.
My word, how the way fortunes have turned. Very, very ordinary ball, nothing in the ball at all. Sachin just tries to angle it.
Amir Nazir. And he's gone, yes, he's gone. And so that's the 7th wicket, 73 for 7. Well, it's in the air, but it's safe. It's gone away for 4. Oh, those lovely cartwheels of earrings, aren't they splendid?
At this stage, Amir Nazir.
That's in the air, but it's wide of backward point in Zaman ul Haq and 4 runs.
And that's what these two batsmen will have to do. They have to pick up the runs as and when bad balls are bowled. But luckily for Pakistan, some of the wickets they did get at this in this particular match on bad deliveries, either attributed to bad shots or bad luck.
And my goodness me, he's hit that one hard too, Rashid Patel, but just the single.
That's a huge
Well, that's
six.
gone in miles, a vast 6. The biggest hit we've seen today. That was a terrific blow by Samir Dige. Well done him.
And what a beautiful shot, because he not only came out to the spinner, but didn't slog it across. This boy is not only just a capable wicketkeeper, but a very...
Oh, he's done it again. That's gone into the stand there, square leg. 6 more. 103 for 7. Well, this has put a slightly different complexion on things.
Well, that's it. One-day cricket, here it is, full of excitement. All those supporters who were earlier on running on to the field to congratulate the Pakistani bowlers on getting wickets. It's now the Indian supporters' turn to dance with joy, and rightly so. But I think so far the way this game has...
Well, that's an extraordinary buffet straight over mid-off for 4 runs. And this Dige really is the most splendid cricketer. 23 he's got now, and it's 111 for 7. And suddenly this game has come alight again.
Which is excellent value for all these supporters who have come to support this cause as well as the game.
Oh, and look at that! Dige hit that like a kicking horse over mid-off.
Ataur Rahman coming on to bowl.
Well, he wants a wide. The batsman, Rashid Patel, is saying it was over his shoulder. But the umpire's entirely unmoved. I think the umpire at square leg is a very stalwart chap, and I don't think the wishes of the players unduly impinge upon him.
Yes, and I think the players should let the umpires do their job instead of
So do I.
advising them.
Here, here.
Well, Dige is having a word with the batsman at the other end, Rashid Patel. He is telling him to concentrate hard, and which is a good sign. I mean, he's now urging him to make sure that since we have worked so hard, not to throw his wicket away.
Oh, that's out. Well bowled by Ataur Rahman. It was a Yorker, and Rashid Patel drove all over it, and he is out. 118 for 8, and a moment of great triumph this time for Pakistan.
Yes, I think the extra pace of Ataur Rahman did it. Well pitched up delivery, just swinging in a little bit, maybe an inside edge.
Now we'll see what Dige can make of Ataur Rahman. Well, that was an intelligent piece of cricket. As Raju and Shakil Ahmed collide, but I don't think any of them's in too much trouble. A good run, though.
Yes, sensible cricket, because Dige knew that that was the last ball of the over, and Raju was well prepared for it. Very good understanding, and even if that ball had hit the stumps, Raju was comfortably home. Dige there having a word with Raju, and I'm sure that he's saying that all I need is support from you to stay on the wicket, because we don't have any more wickets to play with. As long as you stay there, I'll try and...
Oh, well, he's hit that a long way. That's gone for 6, very high in the air. It's caught there by a spectator on the boundary, and 6 runs. Well, of all the surprising strokes today, I think that was the most surprising.
Yeah, especially from a batsman to whom I think Dige has just gone and said that, look, I just want you to hang around. And there he's hitting a magnificent six.
The southern end. And it's in the air and it's away for 6 runs. Over cover, what a splendid blow. 133 for 8, 21 needed to win. And Dige goes to 36, and what an astonishing twist in the tail this is being.
My word, this lad Dige can bat. Look at that shot. A marvellous 6 over extra cover. Gloriously timed. He meant it there. You know, it wasn't a fluke shot. What a superb stroke there.
And there it goes again, down the ground, 6 runs. 6 runs, it was a low trajectory, and even Asif Iqbal is inspired to clap. It was a marvellous blow. 139 for 8, 42 to Dige.
Well, I want to know where have India been hiding him all this time.
Inzamamul to Dige. Take that, he said. Oh, and it's gone through for 4. Well, it's now 148 for 6. 6 runs needed to win. Dige has 48. And we have, alas, got a rather mammoth crowd invasion.
We don't need that. We don't need that at all. This is very, very silly. Fielding positions, both the batsmen are in. Of course, this must distract the batsman's concentration, and Dige having a word with young Raju to keep cool.
Well, of course, after an interruption like that, it's rather difficult to get back to the business of cricket, isn't it?
Indeed.
But we will do that now. And here's the first ball after the resumption. And a wide is called. It's a very good single there by Dige, so 151 for 8. Oh, and here they come again, the spectators.
तो ये मैच आपने देखा, बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग मैच था और सीरीज़ भी खेला गया, और इन द एंड मैं समझता हूँ कोई भी इंडिया पाकिस्तान का मैच हो, चैरिटी हो, कोई हो, बड़ा ये कंपेटिटिव मैच होता है. लेकिन एंड में आपने देखा ये लोग आ गए ग्राउंड में, और भाई पाकिस्तान हार रहा है तो क्या हो गया यार, सो व्हाट. एंड एट द एंड ऑफ द डे इंडिया प्लेड बेटर, एंड दैट्स द एंड ऑफ द स्टोरी. तो हमने जाके ग्राउंड में जाके दंगा फसाद किया, और इन द एंड हमारे जो पैनलिस्ट थे, आसिफ इकबाल थे, फ़रूक इंजीनियर थे, हेनरी ब्लोफिल्ड जो कमेंट्री कर रहे थे, तो इन द एंड हमने यही डिसाइड किया कि ये मैच जो है ये इंडिया को जाएगा, क्योंकि इंडिया उस वक्त जीत रहा था. आई मीन दैट वाज अ प्लेन फैक्ट. तो ये एक अनफॉर्चुनेट चीज़ थी, क्योंकि इसमें हमने पैसे तो इकट्ठे करने थे शौकत खान मेमोरियल ट्रस्ट के लिए, हॉस्पिटल के लिए, लेकिन ये जो ओवर इंथुजियाज़म और ये जो मैं समझता हूँ बदमज़गी हुई है, दैट वाज कंडोन देन एंड इट इज़ स्टिल नाउ. अगला मैच था, हमने ब्रैडफोर्ड में खेला, पाकिस्तान जीत गया मैच. सो व्हाट, हारना जीतना क्या बात हुई, एक इंडिया जीता एक पाकिस्तान, सो व्हाट. अगर दो कोई भी जीत जाता, मकसद था पैसे इकट्ठे करना. और यहाँ मैं इंडियन टीम को बिल्कुल क्रेडिट देता हूँ कि वो आए और बिला लॉस खेले, एंड इट वाज अ गुड एटमॉस्फेयर. ग्राउंड के बाद जब मैच ख़त्म हुआ, एवरीबडी वाज लाफिंग, एक दूसरे से गप शप और हर चीज़, एंड आई थॉट इट वाज अ ग्रेट ओकेजन. इस तरह के होने चाहिए और ओकेजन. तो ये मैंने आपको दिखाना था, ये बड़ी रेयर ये फुटेज है जो कि मैंने आज आपको दिखाई है. प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब टू द चैनल, एंड ऑफ कोर्स एट द एंड ऑफ द डे लुक आफ्टर द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ पाकिस्तान वेयर एवर यू आर. खुदा हाफिज़.